Hey everyone, and happy Friday. Good to see everyone back. It's Stefan Bartolik, the Clairaudient, Indigo, Martian of Sirius, coming back with you guys with an awesome subject today. A friend of mine came to me and said and mentioned that he had always suffered with intrusive thoughts and how they've always been something that he never even knew was just a part of being natural. So, guys, I'm going to discuss today as a medium, as a Reiki practitioner. I come across this often. So, intrusive thoughts are random ideas and thoughts that come into your head that are very negative about yourself, other people. You may be in an environment where you're bored or really fed up with someone and you want to beat the crap out of them, or possibly even have the idea of murder in your head. But you don't ever really act upon these things. You hold yourself back from these things. Well, I'm going to talk about the subconscious attributions that are going to contribute to how these develop. So if you're having these thoughts that come out of nowhere, first and foremost, intrusive thoughts are completely natural. And I honestly think the best way of dealing with them is allowing them to come. But if your environment is contributing to it, just leave it. Just get away from it, because it's proof that it's toxic to you. It's something that you need to purge out of yourself. You can't hold back intrusive thoughts. You have to let them flow. You have to let them come out. You have to accept them. Learning to know yourself better subconsciously is going to help you out big time when you're dealing with intrusive thoughts. So your biggest inhibitors subconsciously may have been a failure. Your biggest inhibitors may have been abuse as a child, or something that you've come across in your past that resurfaces as these random thoughts that are linked to it. And so a lot of people try to go to meditation, and a lot of people try to go within and erase this, which is also a good solution, but they always come across, why can't I sit still in meditation? Why is it that my thoughts are always racing? This is another example of intrusive thoughts in meditation. You find yourself trying to focus on absolute silence and quietness, but you ultimately always get back to this point where your thoughts are always racing. You're thinking about your next coffee break. You're thinking about what you're going to make for dinner as you're meditating. You're thinking about where your husband is or where your wife is, and it's just absolutely overwhelming to you. It's like you can't focus. Solution in meditation. This is the ego coming in, and the ego is definitely one that you battle with in meditation. So when the ego comes in, the ego mind comes in and makes you antsy. You may experience like twitches or itching in meditation, not wanting to sit still, not wanting to really focus. You have to learn to love that ego. You have to learn to accept it. You know, some people when they meditate work out as they meditate. You're going to the gym and you're listening to your favorite song or favorite track and your mind is off on other things. You got to allow these thoughts to come forward. The more you hold them back and the more that you withhold yourself from them, the more that they are there. You have to let them go. Letting go is the first process. The second process that I recommend doing is taking that energy that you just released and turning into something wonderful. Okay, do something nice for someone throughout the day. Maybe you were at the gym when you had these intrusive thoughts, and maybe there's someone nearby that had lost a drink in the vending machine. Maybe you can go buy them a drink, or maybe you can go any little things that are subtle that you do directly after. Intrusive thoughts help you look back and reflect upon, hey, that wasn't so bad after all. As long as you can look in the mirror at the end of the day and say to yourself, am I at least impressed with myself today? What did I do today that was good for humanity? What did I do today that was good for my own well-being and self-care? Well, honestly, I think the best thing you can say looking in that mirror is I released something that definitely should have never been bottled up, and I helped someone in the process. So that's honestly the best way to deal with intrusive thoughts, in my sincere, honest opinion. Other examples that I really feel that can be intrusive thoughts are worries. For example, my friend doesn't care about me, or my family doesn't care about, things that come out like that. Those subconscious fears are rejection fears, those subconscious fears. A lot of times when you deal with those fears, it's either one or two options here. If your friends make you feel that way at all times, then yeah, it's time to move on to a different crowd. It's time to move on to someone else. But if it's just randomly and popping up, but you know that these friends care about you, that's a subconscious fear of being let down. You were always afraid of not being on time or being on the right time. A lot of times people deal with staying up late at night and being late the next day to things. I mean, that's a subconscious inhibitor that can inhibit your sleep patterns. So that's more of a fear-based subconscious inhibitor. Subconscious inhibitors come in all forms, whether it had been abuse, whether it had been in disappointments, or whether had it been in just trust broken. The best way that you have to deal with that is don't hold those back, because the minute you hold back on subconscious issues, the minute intrusive thoughts, you try to drown them out, then you just deal with a bigger problem. So another friend of mine asked me about acupuncture and asked me about if smoking weed is a good option. I would say, yeah, absolutely. Open up, if any substance is natural that is able to open up your mind to help you process things, especially if they're intrusive or especially if they are dealing with something subconsciously that is in need of being let go of, it's time to purge it out. Acupuncture ceremonies are always about purging out negativity, purging out inhibitors, purging out just bad things that have been a part of your life for a long time that you've never had the bravery to deal with. So it does take some courage to deal with intrusive thoughts, because sometimes they do require actions that will be the opposite of them. The solution is positivity, the solution is good actions. You can't just think of doing something, you also have to act upon it. And that's my opinion of intrusive thoughts. Just a short video for thought today. I hope that was inspirational to people out there today. Thank you so much for my followers. Thank you so much for my subscribers. Please check out my Facebook page at my link below for anybody that would be interested in booking appointments with me. I offer full readings, services, some Reiki, and I am also a traveling medium. I like to travel the country, so if you have a store or yoga studio of your own and you'd like me to come work with you, I'm more than willing, guys. I would travel a lot, so I'm always up to meeting new people. Namaste and blessings, everyone. Pleasure of mine to assist you.